Hey, welcome guys. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Rise and Shine Educations, from KG to PG and from Stotras to Syntax. And we have started a series on Java programming. This is next session on Java programming. And in this session, we are going to see again the features of Java. So in last session, we have seen the feature Java is simple, object-oriented, two-stage, platform-independent, architecture-neutral, and a portable programming language. Also, we have seen difference between platform-independent, architecture-neutral, and what do you mean by portal feature. That is how Java is platform independent, how it is architecture neutral, and how it is portal. So in this session, features of Java, second, we are going to see how Java is secure, how security is maintained. What do you mean by robustness about Java? How Java is multi-threaded, or what do you mean by multi-threaded applications? And how Java supports to develop such multi-threaded applications. Next, we are going to see what do you mean by distributed application, and using Java, how we can implement these distributed applications, or what is the support of Java for distributed applications. High performance, and this session conclude with how Java is dynamic, the dynamic nature of Java. So let us start, my friends. Java is secure. So many times when you are downloading something on your PC from internet, automatically one error will appear on your computer screen. This software may cause some harm to your local file system or your machine. So this is not the case with Java. Whenever you are downloading which is developed in Java or using Java, that application or whatever you are downloading, that stuff is not harmful to local file system or local resources on our machine. Java is secure programming language, or whatever the applications we are developing using Java, they are more secure. So how security is maintained? So all of you, Java is two-stage language. In first stage, source code, we are submitting it to compiler and bytecode is generated. Class file is generated. Intermediate code is generated. So to maintain this security, this bytecode is submitted to one more component or one more tool. That tool is called as bytecode verifier. It is a part of JDK, Java Development Kit. So this bytecode verifier checks the bytecode. It first checks whether it is generated by a valid compiler or not, or it is human generated, or it will check whether that bytecode is in a particular format or not, Java decided format or not, and then it submit it to stage 2, Java interpreter, and then Java interpreter will execute it on underlying operating system. So this bytecode verifier plays very important role to maintain the security. If bytecode contains any problem or not generated by valid compiler or not properly formatted according to Java specification, again Java is specification, it is not generated according to Java specification, then Java interpreter or JVM won't allow that bytecode to run on any machine, or it raise verify error. JVM cannot allow to Java code to communicate to underlying file system or underlying operating system resources directly. So one bytecode verifier is there which checks whether that bytecode is machine generated, compiler generated, or human generated. So in this way, Java is secure, and this security has one specific name. This security name is called as sandbox security. So later in our sessions, I will explain you what do you mean by that sandbox security. But bytecode verifier put one boundary behind or around that bytecode, so that bytecode will not have access to local file system or underlying resources. It will execute within that boundary. So it is called sandbox. It will execute within that box only, that fencing only. So in this way, Java is secure programming language. Thus, Java does not cause any problem to system due to that bytecode verifier and sandbox security. Next, Java is robust. What do you mean by robust? First, we will say robust. Robust means strong, reliable. Means Java is robust means no error will occur at execution of program, or program will not crash due to some error. It is robust, strong, reliable, error free. Java is robust programming language. So why this Java is robust? There are certain reasons. So Java is robust because number one, Java is strongly typed programming language. Compiler will check each and every declaration, assignment, and if there is any error, that error is identified at compile time only. So program will not crash at runtime or at execution time. Next reason is Java is robust because auto memory management. Java supports auto memory management system in the form of garbage collection. Hence, there is no error related to memory management. Or Java does not support explicit pointers, means there is no memory leakage or errors due to memory allocation and deallocation. So one component is there, or one thread is there, or some facility is there in Java which is called as garbage collection, which collects the useless objects, wasted object, garbage objects. That tool frees the memory allocated to objects which is not used by, or which is not referenced by any application. Java is robust because exception handling. Java has runtime exception handling feature. Suppose you are dividing, you are doing division operation and there is division by 0. Mathematical exception, some value by default or implicitly become 0. Then program will be crash or there is error. But Java has exception handling feature which raise the exception cannot perform operation because division by 0. So in this way, exception and errors we are checking at compile time. So Java provides exception handling, so it is robust. Java is robust because it is platform independent. So Java support platform independent, hence there is no chance of error due to platform issues. Though there is change in platform, Java program can run happily on that platform. There is no issues or errors or bugs related to platform issues or due to platform issues. So Java is a robust programming language because it is strongly typed, because auto memory management, because exception handling, and because it is platform independent. Next, multi-threaded. Java is multi-threaded programming language. To understand the multi-threaded, or what do you mean by thread, consider this is one person, and this person is doing one work in 30 days, or it requires 30 days to complete any work. Suppose we have divided that work, this single person work, into 3 person, automatically days get reduced. Same work will be completed in 10 days. Same funda is applied in programming. Suppose this is a file or application or program which contains 10,000 lines of code executing sequentially, line by line. First line, second line, third line, fourth. Then it takes long time to execute. But if we divide this 10,000 line of code into 5,000 and 5,000 lines, which are not depend on each other, 5,000 lines separate, 5,000 lines separate, independent, then we can execute that line simultaneously, same time. Obviously, our time get reduced and performance get increase. So we are executing this whole file in 2 flows. One flow 5,000 line, another flow 5,000. So hence one flow or one program execution flow is called as one thread. One thread, part of process. One thread. So what do you mean by thread? One program execution flow is called as one thread. And Java supports us to create such multiple path of executions or multiple threads, providing rich set of predefined classes, method, functions, interfaces, and this is called as APIs. It provides different classes, method to create such application. We can divide our code and we can execute it simultaneously. So there are some advantages of such multi-threading applications: increase performance, all threads share same memory area and saving the memory, and by default every Java program is multi-threaded. How? There is one main thread which executing the program, and there is another thread which is called as garbage collector, which is running in background. So such question will be asked in interview or in Java certification program, whether every Java program is multi-threaded or not, and how. So my friends, this is interview question. So remember it. Every Java program is multi-threaded. Next, Java is distributed. Distributed programming language, or we can develop distributed applications using Java. So first we'll see what do you mean by distributed. Suppose this is a single application, and if this application is running on multiple independent autonomous computer connected by some network, then this application is called as distributed application. Distributed on network, on some machine, and such machine may be geographically separated. So any application or program distributed across number of independent autonomous computer or machines connected by some network is called as distributed application. For example, email, irctc.com, all internet applications are distributed because they are executing on multiple machines. For example, www.gmail.com, distributed. You don't know where is your inbox is stored, but you are using that on your laptop, desktop, distributed. So Java supports us to create such distributed application by providing again rich set of predefined APIs or facilities such as RMI, remote method invocations. Using such facility or tool or Java feature or Java technology, we can execute the machine on any computer remotely, or EJB, Enterprise Java Bean, or in old days, some Corba, Common Object Request Broker Architecture, which is old technology, no one is using nowadays. But Java supports such applications, or we can develop such distributed application. So Java is distributed programming language. Next, high performance. Java is faster than other traditional interpreted programming language. First thing, Java is two-stage. But it is faster than other interpreted language such as JavaScript or Python. Python is purely interpreted. So Java is faster than interpreted language. Because Java bytecode is very close to native code or operating system understandable code. But it is still little bit slower than compiled languages like C++. But Java is interpreted language. That is why it is slower than compiled languages. But the modern JVM after Java 1.3 version are much more efficient and include the feature like Hotspot JVM, which contains just-in-time compiler, which is a special type of compiler or JIT compiler, which actually takes your frequently executing Java bytecode and translated it into directly the native code. Suppose any bytecode you are calling or you are executing that bytecode more than once. So some threshold value is decided. Suppose threshold value is 2, and if you are executing that bytecode more than 2 number of time, then such JIT compiler will directly convert it into native code. It is not interpreting line by line. JIT compiler will work, or that Hotspot JVM work as a compiler, and they are directly convert your bytecode into native code or operating system understandable code. So this translated code will run just as fast as a C++ program. So Java is high performance language, or performance high or near to the compiled languages, though it is interpreted and compiled two-stage, but performance is high than purely interpreted languages and near to compiled languages. Java is dynamic programming language. So what do you mean by dynamic? Whenever you are writing a Java code or Java program, you are creating a number of classes because it is purely object oriented, and for every class in your application one dot class file is generated. If your application contains 10 classes, 10 class files are generated. And Java support dynamic loading of classes. It means all the classes are not loaded when Java program start execution. Java loaded the classes on demand. Suppose your program contains 10 classes, and at a time or at some particular time I want only 2 classes. Only 2 class files are loaded into primary memory, and 8 dot class file are not loaded. Java supports dynamic loading of classes. It means classes are loaded on demand. Lazy loading. It is called as lazy loading. So this will improve the memory utilization by the program or application. This is not the case for other programming language. Suppose in C, if you are writing hash include stdio.h, whole .h file loaded. whether you are using single feature, single function from that file, or 10 function, whole file get loaded and unnecessary memories utilize. So it also supports, Java also supports functions from its native languages, that is C and C++. So Java is dynamic in nature. It loaded the classes on demand. So hope guys this session is informative for you. In this session we have seen secure, dynamic, distributed, multi-threaded feature of Java. So kindly like, share and subscribe our channel Rise and Shine, from KG to PG and from Stotras to Syntax. So my friends, keep watching, keep learning. Till time, bye bye.